You know that most houses have doors, right? I also believe that you should have something in place for yourself that allows people to realize that they have to gain access to you and not necessarily that they have access to you. You see, for most people pleasers, they have very few boundaries for people they consider close. So people feel like, well, if I call Joe at 2 o'clock in the morning, he's just going to answer the phone because, Joe knows it's me. And unfortunately, that is not a healthy way of having a relationship. It's most of the time it's not reciprocal because is Joe calling Gene at 2 o'clock in the morning? More than likely not. So, learning to listen without leaning is one of the key points to understanding that your energy and your emotional space is yours, and their energy and their emotional space is there. But one thing has to happen before any conversation should begin, and that is called knocking. I broke it down for you. Let's make it real simple. K. Know your capacity. Do you have the emotional and physical bandwidth to handle this conversation, whatever it may be about? I need you to take an assessment for that first. Are you in a headspace to receive somebody else's emotional feedback about whatever situation they're going through? You have the right to assess this. N. Name the need. Are they calling you for the sake of just having a conversation and they're going a million miles per hour? They didn't even consider where you are. If you're in a place that you can have this conversation, they just go off on a tangent. Or is this something that really requires your attention, so you just sit down and have a quiet space so you can really think about what they're saying? Are they looking for a sounding board? Are they looking for what is the need for the conversation? And one, again, do you have capacity? O. Observe your body. When somebody accesses your space, especially if they have it knocked first, I really need you to pay attention to what's happening inside your body. Are you feeling tense? Do you feel at ease? Do you feel calm? Do you feel like you're in fight or fight? Fucking, you know what? Just imagining someone just calling me going a million miles per hour and didn't even give me a chance to like say hello first is overwhelming for me. Don't know about you. C. Clarify your role. And this mostly pertains to listening without leaning. See, the reason why you want to clarify your role is because you want to know, first of all, a cheerleader is not required for every conversation. So put your pom poms down. A savior is not for every conversation either. So take the cape off. Sometimes you really do have to assess the conversation and make sure, one, that it is something that you can contribute something to the conversation, whether it be just you listening or it actually be you giving advice and or pointing the person in the right direction. But the first thing you need to do is not jump in ready to just solve whatever the problem is, because sometimes it's not for you to solve. It is just something that maybe someone want to share with you. And the final concept, keep your boundary. If you did the first assessment trying to figure out whether or not you have capacity for the conversation, I need you to keep the boundary that you set when you say, yes, I do have space for this. And name what the space is. Hey, I can listen to you, but I really can't contribute anything to the conversation right now because I'm not in a good place. That should be a cue to the person that, yeah, you are interested in what they have to say, but you really don't have you don't have much to contribute, especially because if you are literally in a place you can't talk to them, you may want to tell them you're not able to talk to them. I would just be honest. Just like, hey, this is not a good time. Call me back, or I'll call you back at whatever designated time. Keeping your boundary also protects your integrity and your emotional space. We have to realize, and I think that a lot of people pleasers don't really own this, you're human. I don't care how much somebody feeds you I want to call it Superman strength by telling you, oh, you're just so strong and everything just goes so well for you and everything just always seems to fall in place. Like you never have none of the problems that I have. That's why I call you and vent, because you got space because you're not going through anything. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna need you to end that subscription because that is bullshit. Yeah, it is. It's bullshit. Yeah. So all in all, the point of learning to listen without leaning is make sure that you have capacity. Make sure that you understand what the conversation is about. Do not allow someone to hijack your emotional space. Make sure they realize, like, hey, just like you wouldn't walk into my house any random day, I need you not to walk into, well, assume that a conversation can happen at this very point in time because it's important to you. I'm not saying it may not be important at all, but right now I need to make sure that I have capacity. Hey, so in addition to what I just shared with you about knocking, I really want you to take a screenshot of this and I want you to reflect on this and also refer back to it whenever you're in one of those situations where someone is just randomly calling you or just randomly coming up to your cubicle and just bombarding you with conversation. I'm not saying that I want you to embrace just being antisocial or not being able to engage in conversation, but what I am saying is that you have the right to determine what you contribute to a conversation or what you do not contribute to a conversation. Learning to listen without leaning is going to save you so much angst, overwhelm, and more than likely regret, because most people who want to just kind of like emotionally dump on you, they usually call when you're really in a good mood or when you're having the best day of the week or when you're just in a space of peace. So before they go all over your good day, make them pause and let them know if you can handle this conversation or you can't. My name is Kenya Shalisa. I'm a former people pleaser 3 years into my recovery. It is my personal mission to help people align themselves with their own authenticity so that they can also attract and maintain reciprocal relationships. To all my new followers, hey, thank you so much for finding my content worthy of being, I guess, even just watching. I really do appreciate it. Making these videos has not been easy, especially living through these triggers, but I feel really obligated to help share and help to remove other people from this insane way of living, because you cannot please all people, especially if you're not willing to please yourself. So that's my time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to take that screenshot. And if you hit that plus button, you saved it, you made a comment, and you just went all the way up and down and did all the engagement. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. I'll see you on the next one. Be well.